This is Pop Culture Yearbook. On this show, we pick pieces of pop culture that were important to us in a given year. We then discuss our memories and dig into those movies, albums, shows, and more. I'm Brad.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Giff.
All right, and we've been just giving back to the fans all month here. We're gonna finish it off tonight.
All we do is give. It never stops.
You think they're happy with us?
I sure hope they are. Yeah.
I do want to.
I'm not happy with them. What do you think of that? I'm just kidding. I'm happy.
I do want to put out a disclaimer that so 2 weeks ago from this episode, we put out our Metallica, which we really enjoyed, had a great time doing, but for some reason we are aware the sound was really shitty, and we don't know what happened, and we don't know what to do about it. So hopefully tonight will be better again, and we'll be back to more of the norm. But we are aware of it. We
yes.
do accept it. We didn't think that you'd not notice. We're doing our best here.
Yes,
we haven't actually received any complaints about it, though. I don't think, right?
Not really, but who's going to complain? It would be pretty rude. People are nice.
People, for the most part, right?
Yes, in this country, of course.
Yes. Right now, everybody's so nice.
Everybody's civil and kind. Correct.
All right. Well, last week we had a wonderful time with Coming to America. We're back to one more music one tonight because we put out a poll in July asking about polarizing artists from our original episode on Coldplay when we drafted our polarizing artists.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner of that, meaning your favorite band who's polarizing, meaning the least polarizing, was U2. And we've already done the Joshua Tree. So because we've already done that, we didn't want to do another U2 right away. So we picked, just like we did with Coming to America, which came in second to Die Hard, we are going to do Eagles, which was the runner-up to U2, because a lot of people like Eagles, and they're not
the
as
Eagles.
No,
just want to clarify.
So the Big Lebowski might have something else to say about it, but we are here to give praise to a band that I think we all love and is not polarizing to us at all.
Yes,
Right?
that is
You
correct.
have your hand up.
Gifford, you were going to say something?
Well, of course, you've said in the past that I don't remember which band member was adamant about
Don Henley, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's Don
Eagles.
Henley.
It's Eagles. It's just hard to just say Eagles.
I know it's very hard.
Like, what is your favorite Eagles song or
That
whatever?
works.
But they do have a tour, the history of the Eagles. It's not History of Eagles. It's
Okay.
named History of the
See,
Eagles.
and that would be confusing too, because that sounds like you're going to go learn about birds.
Correct, but the is not capitalized.
Oh, okay. See, there you go.
So
You can say the.
So we can
Eagles.
say the Eagles.
Not the
but don't
Eagles.
capitalize it.
yes, it's not the Eagles exactly.
As a grammar guy, an English teacher, I love that. It makes total sense to me. So we're
Yes.
okay with that. And I'm looking at my screen right here, and like the band, it doesn't say the Eagles. It's Eagles. That's what it
Exactly.
is.
First album.
By the way,
what
did
was
you guys
the first
see
album? Eagles?
watch the Cowboys play Eagles the other night?
No, I
Oh
didn't.
boy!
That is-
I
never
also
mind.
did you see the Chiefs play Eagles?
They took it to the limit.
Yes.
That's what they did.
sure did.
All right. Well, I always ask you guys to go first. I'm going to go first tonight. I'm going
Please
to share
do.
my memories
Wow,
because
what a
you know
selfish
why
bastard,
not
man.
switch it up.
Just like in the bedroom.
So for me, Don Henley was my introduction. I was a huge fan growing up of Don Henley in the 80s. I loved The Boys of Summer. I loved his solo work. Couple of the first CDs I bought were Building the Perfect Beast and The End of the Innocents. And so at some point I learned he was in the Eagles, and it like blew my mind. And I don't know if I just learned it or if I saw like the video for Hotel California where he's there singing it. I'm like, hey, that's Don Henley. So I knew him first. And then, of course, I connected Glenn Frey, too, who I also knew growing up in the 80s, especially from The Heat Is On.
Mm-hmm.
And again, so I bought a whole bunch of CDs, because you got the BMG. You bought all those CDs right away.
Yep.
So I did buy both Don Henley CDs, but I also bought the Eagles Greatest Hits Volume 1, like one of the first ones I bought. And then not long after that, I bought Volume 2. And this is really when I actually learned about the Eagles. Like when I got Volume 1, I had never heard the song Take It Easy, actually. I was like 14, 15 years old, and I'm finally like, that's a great song. I knew Hotel California. I knew Heartache Tonight from the second one there, but I didn't know a lot of that first Greatest Hits album. I love them both. I've listened to them both consistently throughout the years. My favorite songs change over time. Like, of course, it used to be Hotel California. I'll talk about some others tonight, but there's different songs that I think are like my favorites now, and it's kind of gone through a metamorphosis over time, but it's always good. They're all so good. And listening to this tonight was it was like, I've listened to Eagles a lot, but like it was so lovely to listen to these songs like all in one playlist and just remember how like freaking beautiful some of them are. It's just they're amazing. So who wants to go next?
I'll go next. I just want to say, last week off air, when we were deciding what we're going to do for tonight's draft, I suggested we should draft crossover bands. And you guys mocked and ridiculed me and saying, what, they don't qualify? This doesn't count as a crossover band.
I don't remember any mocking and ridiculing.
Country rock.
I don't remember the mocking.
It was not mocking, ridiculing. It was just you guys.
I remember saying we're not sure how to define that, and it would be hard to do.
You guys fought me for it. And I'm like, well, was I missing something when I said that? But everything that in my research defines them as a crossover country rock band. So I just had to throw that out there.
Quickly name 14 others. We need 15.
I would research. I'm not prepared for it.
That was the argument.
I didn't like it. Anyway, but what I was saying is that we've talked about on this show before, there are a few songs, Elvira being one of them, that sit in my memory bank as like the first recollection I have of music on the radio. Elvira, some of the Eddie Rabbitt songs. I love a rainy night. The other one that stands out is Heartache Tonight. This is like one of the first songs I can ever remember hearing. I would also argue that there might be other bands that I like listening to. I would put as my favorite band. I will die on the hill and say that Eagles are the greatest band of all time, as far as being musically talented. And, they are just so pure, so musically talented, and knew what they're doing. And it was authentic, which you never see in anything anymore. That's for sure. Just the authenticity of the music and the songs, banger after banger. There's hardly a bad song at all that they have. I listened to a couple of their other albums on my ride home. I was out of town over the weekend, and it was just so good and so much fun, and I loved it. And I will say, one of the when my dad passed away 5 years ago, in the last few months leading up to it, one of the conversations that we had, I was sitting down with him. We got to talking about music because he was a musician back in the 70s. I said, if you could go back and go see any band or artist in concert, what would it be? And the first thing, without hesitation, he said the Eagles. But
I was going to say, how do you say it?
Right. So not only do they appeal to us as middle-aged people, but younger people, but they appealed to multiple generations really well as well. So
good music usually does.
Yeah. And just like how well they can sing, as is demonstrated in some of these songs that we're about to listen to or about to talk about, and just how fun these songs are from start to finish. Love it.
Based on what you just said, I'm just even more shocked that neither of you picked one of the songs that I picked that we are going to talk about. But like you just described like my number one song right there. So.
Well, I think I know what you're.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. We'll get there pretty soon.
Right. Right.
First off, I'd like to apologize to the band that starts and ends every episode of ours, as far as best band ever. That'd be Preacher Roll, of course, in this universe. But I can't really disagree. I mean, I would say Eagles are certainly up there for all of us. I love Brad's point of like he came into the Eagles from the solo artists with Henley and Fry. Of course, these guys started 4 years before we started, so a lot of their stuff was out before we even were born. One of the fun things also about this episode tonight is, of course, the Eagles were massive in the 70s. We don't cover the 70s here on Pop Culture Yearbook because we go from 80 to 2020. So this is a fun episode. That's the other great thing about doing these kind of,
I hadn't even thought of that.
Different episodes that we do is we are, I mean, if you want to say confined to 40 years as being confining, but this is where we dip into the 70s and get into this music. And I mean, the greatest hits 1 and 2 is where I know Eagles music from. I mean, good Lord, everybody had that album, or both discs for that. And it's just amazing music, over and over. And when we put together this playlist for tonight, the three of us came together with 10 songs each. We kind of had them ranked, and we were going to put together a playlist of 10.
You were going to do 10.
We had so much crossover that we said, let's just put everybody's song in there, and we came up with 14 because we had.
We ended up with 14
is a good
total.
thing. Anyway,
and I did, by the way, rank them. I did go through how we had them ranked when we talked to each other, and I did list out kind of how they fell out from most popular as far as how we ranked it to least.
Sure.
I will say you mentioned this was the first time we really dip into the 70s. Of all of these songs we picked, only one of them is from the 80s, and that was 1980 with Seven Bridges Road. Mm-hmm. And other than that, you're right. Everything was in the 70s. I do also want to mention, I mentioned earlier that my dad was, he had his own bands, multiple bands in the 70s. The latest one that he was in was actually called Tequila Sunrise.
That's right.
And that band is actually still going today with two of the original members, I believe. They've got some new people and everything along the way, but the band Tequila Sunrise is still going.
Wow.
And so
that's awesome.
And of course they did cover that song. That was their kind of trademark song that they covered.
Sure.
So
one of the things that I through this research, looking at all the songs, just to reiterate how, Brad always generally says, well, you always pick the most popular stuff just because you want to win or whatever. I don't think he really believes that. But that's what I know.
No, you don't pick it because you want to win. You pick it because that's what you know, and it means you're going to win.
So when we did our rankings for these lists, my top 3 just happened to be the most played songs that the Eagles do in live concerts.
Of course, classic GIF.
Well, I mean, it's not like I do it on purpose.
But also, we should mention, in true fashion, my top 2 Eagles songs, neither one of you had on your top 10 list.
Correct. Yes. The contrarian.
It just speaks to how good they are. How
but I think you both love the songs. You didn't have them on your list.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and there's so many good ones that just to say 10 is tough to just whittle it down to.
Yeah. All right. So we got a few little things to say about the band here first. I think again, most people know who Eagles are, but you called them crossover, Pete, and they were country and kind of pop rock fusion, but when my research called it the easygoing California sound. That's what they were. Began by Don Henley, Glenn Frey, Bernie Leadon, and Randy Meisner, the original crew. And it's it changed a little bit over the years, but the biggest change, at least for me, was because I like this guy, was Joe Walsh, and he brought a lot of credibility to the band for the people who maybe thought they were way too light and easygoing. I've read things about how people critics refer to their live shows as like it's just 4 corpses standing on the stage. They didn't do anything. But Joe Walsh, he's a rocker and he's a great guitar player, and so they brought him in and he added something to the band. And then Don Felder was another famous Eagle who was came in as well. Mm-hmm. They're famous for a lot of fighting and arguing. Of course, the famous quote was, "When are you going to get back together? When Hell Freezes Over." And then when they did eventually get back together, they called it the Hell Freezes Over Tour.
Which
that's so funny to me too. That the way time changes as you get older, because they broke up in 80?
Yep.
And that tour was 94. It was only 14 years later. And it felt like, because we weren't even born when they were big, but it felt like they had been gone for so long. And that'd be like a band now breaking up in 2011, which just doesn't seem like that long ago at all. But
when you go from 4 to 18 in our lifespan, that's a a massive difference. Yeah.
So Volume 1 is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, I've kind of seen as both selling records of all time. I think it's hard to really quantify anymore what's number 1 overall, but it's always been one of the top ones. Of course, they have haters. That was made immortal by the movie The Big Lebowski, which we did an episode on. But just like Coldplay had that line in the 40-Year-Old Virgin, like that must mean these are great bands in some way, because how else could you put a little pop culture reference like that in there that sticks unless everybody knows what you're talking about? So they finished second. And I want to give you and anybody listening, I'm going to mention this maybe 5 times tonight. There is a current band that I saw in concert just last November that is one of my current favorite bands. And if there is a modern day Eagles band, it is this band. They are called the Wild Feathers, and they have some of the almost most beautiful harmonies you've ever heard in your life. They, like the Eagles, they have 3 to 4 actually lead singers. They were all lead singers in other bands who came together and created this band. So you go to the concert, there's 4 guys in the front of the stage, and each one of them sing one line after another in different songs. And then they sing together. It's incredible. And so if you are looking for a modern day Eagles, and after you listen to this tonight, you know you're in the mood for it, please check out the Wild Feathers. They are absolutely awesome. And I would start with the album Greetings from the Neon Frontier. They're all good, but that's the one that's, I think, going to give you the most Eagles feel to it. I know, Gifford, you don't listen to new music, but I really think you should check them out.
Well, and with an eagle being, of course, a wild bird, you'd have wild feathers within.
Look at the
bird.
crossover there.
Yeah, it's amazing. Crossovers all over the place.
Yeah.
I really think we should get into a lot more crossover talk this evening.
We should do that for our draft, right? Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, that's amazing. That's what we should have done."
It just lends itself to crossover.
We got a good
draft ever.
We got a good draft tonight. Do you guys have any other details on the band or things that you were going to share?
I did have a couple of things. I just wanted to, if I can find them here. Just wanted to mention that they. Oh, go ahead.
I thought it was going to take you a minute there, so I was going to fill in the time. But you mentioned they were known for fighting and arguing. I thought you were going to mention there was a famous hotel. They totally ransacked a hotel room one time, and I think they were throwing stuff out the window into the pool area and that kind of stuff. That's one of the famous Eagles stories. But yeah, they like to party.
They like to party.
One of the things I want to point out, sold over 2 million records worldwide, and 100 million of those just domestically. So it really shows their ability to just find that audience and have their music just be so widespread. Go ahead. We want to. You're on mute.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Forgot about that. Let's get on with it then. I said, "Is that it?" And you answered right away. Yeah. So I thought you heard me. What we did is we each went through and we shared our top song, second song, look for crossovers. And so these are in the order that we basically threw them at each other. They're not in the order of what became our number one overall or whatever, but it made for a more kind of just random playlist that way.
We could say this is the 14 essential Eagles songs.
Yeah.
There's not a number one. There's not a number two. There's no order here.
Not really. We did make one tiny switch to the last 2 songs so that we ended with a banger. But other than that,
which I gave pushback on. But anyway, again, you guys didn't want to listen to me.
The polarizing band part will come in at the end of this playlist. So you gotta skip
we're going to be fighting just like this. We're going to break up, and then we're going to reunite.
Pete and Gifford are going to be Don Henley and Glenn Fry tonight.
Oh boy! All right,
and I'll just be cool Joe Walsh in the background.
There you go.
All right, the first song was Pete's number one song, and he already alluded to this by the band he mentioned. It is Tequila Sunrise.
Every night when the sun goes down, just another lonely boy in town. She's out running around.
I mean, and it's so beautiful. The harmonies right off the bat, the oohs in the background, which you don't hear. They're not loud. They're not in your face, but they're there and they're beautiful. This is a song I was a really big fan of when I first got this album. It's so relaxing. and I got some more to say about it. But Pete, why don't you go first because you picked this song overall?
Well, this song, there's a few songs that we have picked here that we're going to talk about that are just absolutely beautiful, and you kind of took the words out of my mouth there, but it just is so soothing to listen to. It's very emotional, powerful, and I think it gives you such great visual effects, as you can just imagine what this song is about, what he's going through, all that stuff. So it's just so good. We're going to talk about Desperado, but this draws a lot of parallels to that song, which is just another beautiful song. Nobody's going to be surprised. Like, what? Desperado is on this list? No. So it's like
Elaine,
spoiler alert.
The song.
Shut up.
He shushed me.
So this came out in 1973. It's their first single off their second album, and this only reached number 64, which their first album has some big hits. So pretty low charting for a song that you'd think maybe by this time they'd be automatic. 26 on the Adult Contemporary, so a little higher there. And this is interestingly one of the first songs that Don Henley and Glenn Frey collaborated on. So the first album was more like individual. But they kind of realized, hey, we should write songs together. And this is one of the ones that they did right off the bat. One of my favorite lines in the song is "Take Another Shot of Courage," which came from that they were like nervous to talk about women, which being big, stars.
Talk to women.
Sorry. That you'd think, these cool rock guys, like they'll just do whatever. But like they talked about how they were nervous to talk to women, and that line kind of fit into that there. So.
I'm kind of the same way. Actually, you know what? Now I make women nervous when I'm around. Women get nervous,
but not in the way that you think.
No.
Oh my God, there's that.
No. Yeah. I just have smooth guitar and vocals, lovely mandolin. This was one that Frey said it was kind of Roy Orbison, kind of Mexican, and of course that's where you throw in the tequila into this. They thought it was kind of hokey. They were worried it'd be a little hokey because the drink Tequila Sunrise was extremely popular at this time. So that, well, is it going to be a little kitschy, or is it people going to roll their eyes at this? But really, what it is it's you're up all night sitting at the bar and drinking tequila, and you see the sunrise come up, of course, because you've been at it so long. But just an absolutely beautiful song. I think it's a great way to kick off the playlist, and Pete has an excellent number one for his choice here.
It's a nice way to ease in.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to be on to my number one, which was the song I referenced a few minutes ago that I couldn't believe.
This is
Pete
the one that
didn't
we were
pick,
talking about. Yeah.
Considering all the things that he just said. Mine is Seven Bridges Road.
And I have loved you. Sometimes there's a part of me that's deterred from here and go.
Running. I just love that song. I mean, that song is all harmony. It's just guys singing with some great picking once it picks up too. Some great picking in the background too. But these are some of the greatest harmonies of all time to me. Like, and as a live version, it's like it couldn't sound any cleaner. It's just amazing how good. You talk about how talented they are. I mean, this song shows that to me. And I don't remember if you guys remember this, but I feel like one of the first places I ever heard this song. I mean, I probably had the CD already, but I swear that our friend Ryan Hummel, his brother Eric, and then Eric Harper from Tyler, and some other guys sang this at the Pops concert. And killed it. Just did a great job. And that's kind of where I'm like, holy crap, I love that song.
I don't remember that. But
you don't remember that?
I feel like that sounds familiar.
I swear to God they did.
Yeah.
And they were amazing. And that was part of why I love the song and had that memory to me. The song is written in 1969 by Steve Young. Not
God, that guy's talented. Good Lord,
I didn't even know
he do.
I didn't even know he was with the Eagles.
He wasn't with the Eagles.
He wasn't with the Eagles. He wrote the song. But they did their live recording in 1980.
I was making a joke. Steve Young,
49ers,
the 49ers.
Eagles.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
And-
They did their live recording in 1980. It did reach number 21, and it was their last top 40 hit until they reunited and the song "Get
Mhm.
Over It" charted again.
which I can't get over. I found that fact too. That's ridiculous.
But you have to get over it. That's the name of the song. Is get
Oh,
over it.
thank you.
What
Thank you.
can't you get over? I'm confused.
That this was their last song. Did you? What's the fact that
Well,
you
they
just
didn't
said?
put any
Well,
songs out after
They didn't
this.
put any.
So
Yeah,
that's why it was the last
they-
top 40
Oh,
hit.
okay. I see.
broke up in 80.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, you were okay. So
I
anyway,
heard it wrong.
I just love that kind of thing. I love and then you, of course, the live version. You have the clapping and the cheering. I mean, I love it. I love that song so much. Gifford.
This was a pre-concert warm-up song that they would do in like
Yes.
the shower
sense.
room. You know, great way to warm up your voices. So it did you mention that it reached 21 on the top 100. Great
Yes, it has.
crossover song, hit the hot country songs at
Oh,
number
look at that.
55.
It hit the country list. So I guess what does that mean? They're a country rock fucking band.
Get Over It. I think that was a song that Eagles played as well in '94. But yeah, wonderful song, beautiful song, great harmonies. Hard not to have this on your list. Pete and I somehow didn't have it in our top 10.
It hits you right away, just how it hits you right off the bat. It's a 5-part a cappella, which is kind of rare. Usually at most you think it's like a quartet when bands will do something like this, but this is a 5-part a cappella, and how just perfectly that they blend, and it just gives you goosebumps right off the bat. And then it just kind of picks up and blends into the guitars. It really doesn't get better than this. And you're right, Brad. I should have had this as my number one, but it was an oversight, and I apologize to our listeners.
Well, you know, that just made me. And I'm not saying you had it at number one. I just couldn't believe it wasn't in somebody's top 10. That's what blew my.
This
mind.
is to your point, Gifford, about them using this as a warm-up song. I've scrolled through like Facebook or whatever, and there's a YouTube video that floats around that you can click on and watch them as they sing this, and it's
I
just
gotta
as
see
good or
that.
better to watch it. If I can go find it, I'll send it to you guys. But it's fun to watch. It's as equally satisfying to watch, or more satisfying to watch, as it is to listen to. Because while you're watching it, you're also listening to it.
I
Yes.
see.
All right.
So you're getting
Assuming you have the volume on.
2 forms of stimuli. Okay,
Well,
excellent.
We're on to the number 3 song, which you know that's where the big hitter goes. And predictably, Gifford's number 1 was this.
Thank you.
On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air.
All right, and I don't know if you don't know Hotel California. I mean, I don't even know what you're doing here. But that was
You're
one of the most.
You're welcome here. You're learning.
Yeah.
No,
you're learning.
right. You're welcome, but I don't know how you got here. It's one of the most iconic, well-known songs in history. So, Gifford, of course, it made sense. It's number 1, but why did you put it there?
Well, because it's the one you think of when you think of the Eagles, right? I mean, it's a number 1 hit in U.S. and Canada. It won the Grammy for Record of the Year in '78. Third most performed song that Eagles do behind Desperado and Take It Easy, my 2 and 3 on my list. Just absolutely phenomenal. The final 2 minutes and 12 seconds voted best guitar solo by Guitarist Magazine in 1998.
Also drafted
absolutely.
number 1 by me in the Guitar Solos draft
Mhm.
by Pop Culture Yearbook.
So Guitarist Magazine in 98 had it, and Brad had it in 2025. So
Yes.
absolutely great interpretation of the high life in LA. Henley also said that it's a journey from innocence to experience. Sold 11 million physical copies and or 1 million physical copies and 3 million digital copies of this song. And great lyrics as well.
It also won the
There's
record for Record of the Year Grammy.
Yep.
We
Yep.
could list all the accolades this song got, but I mean that's the biggest one, I guess, right there. This song was written by not only Henley and Fry, but Don Felder too. And of course, I don't think, did you say it hit number 1?
Yep.
Oh, you did. Okay.
In
And
US
I
and
just
Canada.
said it's an iconic song with an iconic opening, an iconic 2-beat drum fill, which I wanted to include there. The iconic guitar solo, which is actually two people, Felder and Walsh, are both playing. And I mean, it is the song that made me an Eagles fan. Like,
Yep.
of course, I didn't have it my first pick because I don't do that. But I mean, forget about
Do
it.
that.
Forget about
And-
it. It's the reason why I love the Eagles and knew them before
Mm.
anything else. So it's amazing. Pete.
You're not alone. It also brings to you almost a cinematic vibe, like
Yeah.
a visual. It's a cautionary tale, is really what the song is. And how, you know, there's women that are just there for temptation, and it could be heaven or they could be hell, and so you're not really sure if you should proceed, but you kind of get sucked in. And I just
lucky.
think that if you, yeah, that's not exactly what I meant, but you know what I mean. But it's just that temptation is there. And so you're just sort of like, the hesitation is there. Do you want to go forward with this or not? Because you know it's going to be bad news, but you do anyway. So I just sort of love that kind of visual and the storyline that goes along with it, and the music itself is great.
Well, and just the line, you can check it anytime you like, but you can never leave. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome.
I mean, come on, yeah.
Come on. All right. The next song, this is kind of the reverse now. So you
Elaine,
guys
shut
had
up.
it ranked. You had Desperado ranked second and third overall, and I didn't have it on my list. And again, not because I don't love it. It's great.
That's an oversight on your part.
Well, so
and-
there you go. I mean, I've now done the same thing the opposite way. So here's a little bit of course. Elaine, the song.
Ain't it funny how the feeling goes away? Desperado, why don't you come?
I mean, come on. Again, it's just so good.
Never
these-
released as a single. That's the crazy
not
part
by them,
to me.
but it got used. Yeah, it got used so much it got covered so much and was used in movies by other bands and artists and everything. But you're right. It's insane that this song was never a single, because
Well,
come
and
on,
you
this
mentioned
has to
Pete,
be top 3.
the similarity between Tequila Sunrise and this. Those are the first
Yeah.
two songs Henley and Fry wrote together. So
Mhm.
pretty good job. And Fry sings Tequila Sunrise, right? And now Henley sings this.
I
they
believe
both,
that's correct.
they both just have, it's two different people in two different songs, but they're both just equally beautiful, no matter who's singing them.
You're correct. Glenn Fry did
The
Tequila
lyric-
Sunrise.
The lyric for me, and I don't have it written down, I should, but it's, don't you draw the Queen of Diamonds, and then what does he say between there? But then the Queen of Hearts is always your best bet. Again,
Mhm.
a little bit of a cautionary tale, kind of could relate to Hotel California, because there are women out there that are going to love you for your money. So you got.
I don't have that problem.
That's right. So you want to go for the one that truly loves you. So that's what I just love that analogy, because it just fits so beautifully and so perfectly in this song.
And you guys mentioned that it wasn't a single. I don't think you said that the person who made this song bigger, according to Don Henley, was the Linda Ronstadt version.
Which
Yes.
wasn't released as a single either. So I don't
Whoa.
understand where his statement comes there. But obviously, Ronstadt recruited these guys to be her backup guys in her band. So this is where some of these guys came together to start playing together in the first place, was with Linda Ronstadt. So obviously that, Don Henley giving her credit, give it where it's due, but she did it later that year in 73. This came out April 17th of 73 for the Eagles. She released it later that same year, but again, not as a single. So I don't understand how they credit that. I would go more with Pete, where there's so many covers of it and just so beautifully done. Pete, for me, the line of this song is, "Your prison is walking through this world all alone." I think that's wonderful. And it goes back to your point of choosing, making sure you
Good line.
choose the right partner, and you're not doing that properly. So you're always alone. It's just, it's such
Twisting
a
the wind.
beautiful, beautiful song.
It is. And I think the
The-
next one is beautiful too.
Well,
There's so many beautiful songs.
and this one has the London Philharmonic as your string section, for crying out loud, in Desperado. So just absolutely gorgeous. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So the next one is one that when I got like the first CD way back then, I mean, I liked the song forever, but it's one that's grown on me more and more through the years. And I actually have a little story, part of why I love it so much. But this is New
Wonderful.
Kid in Town.
Where you been lately? There's a new kid in town. Everybody loves him, don't they? And he's holding her, and you're still around.
So I just got goosebumps right there. I sent you guys an Instagram today that there's a name for that. It's called Frizzen. Not everybody gets goosebumps from music. It's like only 50% of people do. And I just got them
Really?
right there. Yep.
Wow.
I love that song.
50% of people get that. Wow,
Well, it was
that's
a little over
amazing.
50, but
Not
it
that,
was.
not that you shouldn't. Yeah, not that you shouldn't from this song.
But then I did ask if there was a name for people who get juice bumps. You guys must not have read my message yet.
Yes. No, I did see that. I was a little busy at work today. I did see
I
it.
know.
I apologize. I didn't get back to you.
Oh, you
Yeah.
don't have to apologize.
Yeah.
But anyway, New Kid in Town is just strikingly beautiful song. But part of the reason why I love this is because of my son Isaac. So I had made mixed CDs for each of my kids when they were young, songs that I thought kind of had a good feel or fit things that they liked. And this was one I put on there because I thought it was a good song for a boy. And him and my daughter Isla both got to this where they would make videos. Like she would play a song and then she would create a video out of it. And of course, hers were very theatrical and everything. And Isaac, who, people that know him, he has many learning disabilities and struggled to like be creative maybe in that way, but he wanted to make a video of this song. This is the one he picked. And so this song is it's almost 5 minutes long, and the whole video is pretty much him standing in his room by his dresser. He tries to lip sync, but he doesn't get most of the words. His lips don't move much. And he's just kind of moving his hands like in and out like this every once in a while. And that's really all it is. But as a parent, me and Kim both, like, you have to watch the whole thing to the end. Like, you can't shut it off. Like, he's so proud. He's so happy. And I will never forget that. It's an indelible memory. I can picture him doing it right now. And me and Kim, my wife, we still talk about it and we just love it. And it was like, it's so cute. So that's part of why I love that song, but I would love it anyway. It's just so beautiful. And it was a #1 hit. It was their first single off Hotel California.
Mm-hmm.
And Don Henley said it's about the fleeting, fickle nature of love and romance. It's also about the fleeting nature of fame, especially in the music business. We were basically saying, look, we know we're red hot right now, but we also know that somebody's going to come along and replace us, both in music
You are replaceable.
and
Yes.
in love. So I love it. Thank you. What do you guys have to say about that one?
Well, you stole my story about Isaac's video. Otherwise, that was my big part of this one. You hit on just about everything I had. I like the electric piano in here. I think it makes it sound just a
I
little
love
bit
that so
different.
much.
That's about the only other thing I had. Pete, go ahead.
This is a great song. I love it, but you're not going to like me very much, maybe. But of all of the songs that we picked for this playlist, this is my least favorite. But it's not a function of this song itself being a bad song or anything. It's still a great song. It's just everything else is just banger after banger on this one. But still, it's a good song. I knew you would be. You always do. But it is a very pretty song. And it's good. That's all I have.
Gifford, you got one more?
Yeah. Song also won Grammy Award for Best Vocal Arrangement for 2 or more voices, which obviously in an Eagles song is pretty much all of them. So,
all right, the next one we all agree on. We all had it on our list.
Yes.
I mean, I said Seven Bridges Road, New Kid in Town, my 1 and 2. This is the song I often say, like, currently would be my favorite Eagles song, actually. And this one's really built over the years because I always loved it. But, like, I never would have thought of it as my favorite Eagles song, but I think now every time I hear it, it's like, wow, that's so great. Peaceful, easy feeling.
I get this feeling I may know you as a lover and a friend. This voice keeps whispering in my other ear, tells me I may never see you.
I couldn't stop. I just had to keep going. What do you think of that one?
I think the song itself is exactly what the title is. It gives you
Yes.
a peaceful, easy feeling, and it sort of is a contrast to some of the other songs that we've talked about. It's like a little bit of a danger or cautionary or whatever. This one, it's just like you're confident, everything's good. I am confident that you are going to be mine, and you're not going to cheat on me or walk out on me or anything like that. It's just it's a nice contrast, and it's beautiful, and it's a nice love song.
As Brad said, third single from their debut album, hit number 22. So I mean, this is your debut. Like, this is your coming out party, and you're already hitting 20. Is that exactly what you said?
Well, I said,
Yeah.
I can't believe this is not their first album because this song is so amazing. It's like they were
Yeah.
at their peak right
Yeah.
off the bat. It's
Right
like,
off the bat.
how do you have this song on your first album?
In this song, I just love that the tempo of the acoustic guitar that's going on behind. It just keeps everything moving right along, and just like I say, it gives you that peaceful, easy feeling of that tempo of the acoustics.
The only other thing I really had is that there's a little guitar solo at the end too that I just love. Just a nice, again, peaceful, relaxing guitar solo. And this is where I wrote down again, if you like this stuff, you've got to listen to the Wild Feathers. I'm going to throw in another bid for that band right there.
Are they paying us or something?
No, I just love them because they're that good, and I believe in it. I stand by it.
Pete, I have you have to change up your question at the end of the episode tonight, because we are going to be playing a Wild Feathers song for our outro music.
That's what we should do.
This song was written by Jack Temchin, who also wrote other songs for the Eagles, with the Eagles. He also co-wrote Already Gone, which we will be hearing a little bit later on.
So the next one of you jokers didn't have on your list, so we're back to that again. We had two of us had it on there. And this is a great song, and it's a little different than a lot of the others. One of These Nights.
One of these nights.
Oh yeah, the funk. Bring it on.
Yeah,
This
Just
is
gonna
their
say, talk about.
funky.
it's a little dirty.
I was just going to say, you talk about crossover. Now you get away from rock country and you get into rock R&B / funk.
This is their second number one hit after Best of My Love, which being their first number one hit, that did not make our playlist for tonight. It's a good song.
Yep.
But this song is so much more funky than their other songs. I love the intro. The whole vibe of this song is just cool and great. And there's another great guitar solo in this one. And it's consciously different from their ballad structure that they kind of normally were going with.
Right.
And Don Henley, I think it was Don Henley, referred to it as a nasty track with pretty vocals. This is another option for my favorite song. I mean, I could go on and on with like 9 to 10 of these, but this could be number one as well. It's up there.
This one also had a nod, a little tip of the cap to disco. You got funk in there, you got a little disco in there. This is said by Glenn Frey to be his favorite Eagles song.
Really?
Yes.
I think I saw that too. I didn't write it down,
Yeah.
but I saw that. I vouch.
The
Sorry.
line here that I love is, "I've been searching for a daughter of the devil himself. I've been searching for an angel in white." So
Love it.
kind of going back to previously when we with Desperado, where we're talking about the Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Diamonds, always looking for that combination in a wonderful woman. So yeah, great line in the song for me.
Who was it? Did you have it on your list, Gifford, or was it Pete that didn't?
Yeah, I had it number 6.
Okay, Pete didn't have it.
I believe.
I must not have had it, but
Pete, you're gonna rip on this
I
one
thought I
too?
actually had it. No, I'm not going to rip on it at all. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I kind of
I know,
already
I'm
spoke to
kidding.
a couple of my notes
Mhm.
with it with a crossover into funk and R&B. I described it as a silky example of 1970s nightclubs. So that's it.
Oh.
Kind of gives you that
Yep.
that kind of feel to it.
Yep.
And
Comes out right in the middle of the
it's a
decade.
kind of a slow burn. It's so good. Yeah, I love it.
Okay. Well, this is where we're going to flip our playlist over to the side B here. And if you were paying attention, I messed up, and you might already know what the next song is. It's a good starting song for the second side because it's
Yes,
the
it
one that
is.
kicks off one of the greatest albums of all time. Take it easy.
Well, I'm running down the road trying to.
All right. Great song. Great song. Great kickoff. If you're going to start an album like that, what a great way to introduce yourself
Yep.
out there to the world.
Well, yeah, like we had mentioned with "Peaceful Easy Feeling" being the third single. This is, like Brad said, first debut single, and that also hit number 22. Like, you start your career in the top 40. Like, good God in heaven, absolutely amazing. Of course, this was co-written by Jackson Browne and Glenn Frey.
Yes, they did have a little bit of a deal there where he kind of gave it to him when he kind of couldn't quite get it the way he wanted, and Frey said, "We'll take it," and look at what happened.
Well, and then Jackson Browne also recorded it in '73, so a year later, he also did a version of the song. It's a banger.
It's a banger.
Know that you have done something right in the pop culture arena when you have a song lyric that people will go out of their way
Yes.
as a tourist attraction to go take their photos on a corner in Winslow, Arizona, just because of this one song lyric. It's almost this song is so good it's almost not even fair to everybody else that's trying to participate in music. It's just ridiculous. I love the, it's got a little banjo in it, no trombone.
Oh,
But it's just I think this song sounds breezy is the word I use to describe it.
Yes,
Just like,
that's a really good word.
It's like being in a cool breeze. But it does get you a little hard hitting as the song goes on. It's just so much fun. The lyrics very sing-alongable, and it's so good.
Pete, you may think it's breezy because that breeze may be coming through the open window of a flatbed Ford.
Yeah,
That's right. Just
I have nothing to add. You
Not
guys
if you
said
slow it down.
everything. You said everything that I had down. It's a great song. I love it. I love the Winslow, Arizona. It's amazing. So it's an iconic song again because of that, because it's embedded itself into pop culture in more ways than one.
Pete did say earlier that you're a great song when people will go to a corner in a specific city to take a picture. In 1999, a statue was erected on the corner in Winslow, Arizona, for people to take a picture next to. It's of a man standing there with a guitar, kind of resting on his foot, standing. The guitar standing upright.
is it supposed to be Glenn Frey, or is it actually like a statue of?
That's it. I don't think
Don
it's supposed to
Henley?
necessarily be a likeness, but just a musician in Winslow, Arizona. At that time. So,
I think I thought maybe so. If it was a '99, then it's before, obviously. But when Glenn Frey died, I was thinking that there was a statue of him because so many people went there, after he died. But you're probably. I'm sure it wasn't him then.
Yeah,
If it was made in 1999, then it wasn't because he died. It was, it was already existed.
Yeah, it was already existing. I'll take a look. We can move to the next one. I'll see if it does.
Right.
Say
the next
anything about
one
this.
is one of the first favorite Eagles songs I had when I bought the first album. This is one of the two songs that stood out to me that I kind of knew and loved more than any. And this is Lion Eyes.
She is headed for the cheating side of town. You can't hide your lion eyes, and your smile is a thin disguise.
I'm just going to say it again. Come on. I mean, listen to that. So this was the number 2 Hot 100 song and number 8 country. However, this is their only charting country hit until 2007. So it's not like they were charting crossover often, even though the music might fit the definition of that.
Mhm.
The harmonies in this song, in the chorus especially, it is perfection. I can't imagine anything better when it comes to music sounding like that. This won the Grammy for Best Duo or Group Performance. It was nominated for Record of the Year. It is beautiful of a song as you could have. I love it.
Beautiful and a sad song. And I would say, if you don't think this is country, then I wrote this down before you said it, but if you don't think this is country, I can't help you. It's over. I can't help you. But
Well, we do.
it
Number
does
8
it does. Yeah, it's absolutely has a country feel to it, because it's about, I've got a cheating woman, and she's heading for the cheating side of town. I love that. I love that lyric as well.
That's a good one.
And just really all the lyrics in this song are just so good. The story it tells. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, this was Glenn Frey's only lead vocals on the album. Of course, we've got great harmonies throughout, but this was the one he was only credited with lead on. Yeah, it's a phenomenal song. We talk about the cheating in the song. This is simply a young woman fed up with her transactional marriage that she has to an older rich guy. I mean, she got herself in this situation because she wanted the easy life, and she'd rather be with somebody who's her own age, who has the same vigor and zest for life. But she's not willing to give that up because she has a nice place to live and has all the beautiful clothes and home and everything, and car and everything like that. So really, she's stuck.
Sounds like she's the queen of diamonds.
Right.
She is the queen of diamonds.
Correct. Getting back to the last song, the statue. This is Jackson Browne's automobile malfunctioned in Winslow, Arizona. So he was actually the one that was in Winslow, Arizona at the time. But it's not a likeness of anybody. The statue. It's just a
Yeah, glad we got that cleared up.
Yeah. But getting back to Lion Eyes, awesome song, beautiful song, and excellent crossover.
The next one was my other favorite song originally. My first 2 favorite Eagles songs ever were that, like when I got this CD, especially, were Lion Eyes and this one, which is a different lead vocalist, Take It to the Limit.
Dreams I've seen lately, from turning out and burning out and turning out the same. So put me on a highway.
So that is fantastic. One of you didn't have that one down either, which I'm surprised by. I don't remember who.
That was me. I had it written down. I kept writing songs, so I did have to cross it off of my list.
Cross it off then. So Lion Eyes, Take It to the Limit, and One of These Nights are all on the same album. Talk about an album right there.
Yep.
This was a number 4 hit, and it was written by Randy Meisner, and that's who's singing it too. It's also written with Don Henley and Glenn Frey. The writing. It's written in waltz time, which I never knew that, of course, because why would I know that? But when you listen to it, you can hear that and like picture waltzing. So he sings this, and he was reluctant to sing it live, Randy. And it's part of the reason why he ended up leaving the band. The high notes in this song are high, and he maybe had trouble with that or wasn't confident live, and but they had to sing it live, and they wanted him to sing it live, and it did lead to maybe a little bit of friction there. But in the end, it's an amazing song, for sure, especially on the album there.
Yeah.
This song, I would describe this as like winning the Super Bowl with your 3rd string quarterback. Because
you're on fire,
come on.
Pete.
I mean, it's like it's the first one without Henley or Frey as the lead, as you mentioned. And the pitch that he has to hit, it sounds like a woman singing in parts of it, and it just has this vaulting high note that I don't even know how he hits it. It's great, and it's a great song, and I'm sad that he felt that way, because I think he could have done a wonderful job singing it live.
He sure did.
Yeah.
He left his mark on the band for sure.
Right, and I think that's what makes it stand out. I think a little bit from some of the others is because that is a different vocal voice in there. 1983, 8 years later, Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings did a version of this song as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what that's. I've not heard that one.
It's got to be
Anything
a very
else?
different sound.
Well, and it's a country crossover, so it's just
Of course, like all of these songs literally are.
Well, this one for sure, I think would fit kind of into that. It's got a lot of stuff going on. This is Gifford's pick. He's the only one that put this on the list. But as I listened to it, I'm like, God damn, that's a really good song. And this is all, well, I know, but like, I remember thinking maybe I didn't like it as much when you said it, but turns out it's great. And it's already gone.
Already gone, and I'm feeling strong. I will sing this victory song, 'cause I'm all.
Oh, well, I was trying to get to the woohoos, but I guess we'll stop it there.
Yep.
This reached number 32. This is obviously a much more fun song in quotes I have than many of the ballads. They're all great, but it's another different feel, kind of like One of These Nights, but totally different from One of These Nights.
Yep.
But outside of some of what they do, it's a rockin' song with great harmonies. I love it. I love the line at the end, "Nighty night." And I'm going to say it over and over. This is another one that reminded me of the Wild Feathers. So there you go, Giff. You like the song.
I do. It's a banger. I mean, it's got some tempo to it. As I mentioned, this was co-written by Jack Temchin again. Just absolutely wonderful. This is the time. So this came out April 19th of 74. This is the time when Don Felder joins the band. And so he is the soloist, guitar soloist in this song.
Pete?
It's a breakup song, like many of these are, but it's a different mood. He's happy to be out of there. He's kind of going like this, double bird as he walks out.
Double
the door.
eagles,
it's kind of the feeling that I get when double eagle,
double eagles.
It's an albatross, is what it is.
That's right.
It again shows their versatility, and it doesn't. This band just has so much variety. They have different moods that they can give you with all their songs, and this is just another example of that. So good.
Speaking of that, the next one's another little different one. It's got especially the Joe Walsh influence. This is Life in the Fast Lane. We all had this one on our list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great intro. That is just classic right there. This is written by Joe Walsh with Henley and Fry. This one reached number 11. It's harder and funkier than ever. Henley's vocals, I love his vocals in this because I describe them as dirty. They're dirtier, a little scratchier than normal, and he's getting into the feel of it. It's a fun song with fun lyrics. They had one thing in common. They were good in bed. I love it.
Gritty. It's gritty. It's dirty. I mean, the lyrics are just...
It's real and it's raw.
Yeah. I like it.
Sometimes it's real raw.
Rob would like this song. It's a little bit raw. So this song was inspired when Glenn Fry was riding in a car with his drug dealer, and they were just flying down the interstate, and
like 120
Glenn was
miles
like,
an hour,
slow down a little bit, and the drug dealer's like, what do you mean, man? This is life in the fast lane. So that's one of the inspirations for this awesome song. And of course, all three of us would have this on our list. I mean, what don't we know growing up in rural Minnesota about life in the fast lane
and drugs? Yeah,
yes, and drugs. So this is right up our alley, and that's why it speaks to the three of us so well.
Pete, why did you have it?
It's like you said, Gifford. It's when you get to the tractor up to that speed. Yeah. It is life in the fast lane, right?
Right. Exactly.
I don't know. I never drove. Again, this is just another song. As I said earlier, this just makes it unfair to all the other bands that are even trying to compete. It's so good, and I don't know. It's exciting. It's fun. It's dangerous and daring. Is it I don't know. Is it a party song or an anti-party song? Think about
Right.
that.
It's a cautionary tale of the parties that you get into.
It's another
It's a
it's a
slice of life.
harder cautionary tale.
It's a
Yes,
slice-
tale.
Slice
Yes.
of life. Oh, that's outstanding.
All right. Well, that's a great song. Now is where the controversy is going to come in. So Elaine had to find a song of her own, and she chose Which A Woman.
It's even controversial on Seinfeld.
All right. Which A Woman. Does that song remind you of a 90s country song?
Yes, by Tim McGraw.
Yes. Indian
Yes.
Outlaw. Holy
Yes.
cow. I never really put that together until this
Oh,
time.
okay.
But
I never
There's
thought of that. No.
such a similar sound to Indian Outlaw, especially in the intro, and even that little part with the bongo or the bass drums or whatever. This is a second single of theirs. It was a number 9 hit, so it did well. This was written by Bernie Leadon and Don Henley. It was the only song on the debut with a writing credit for Don Henley. It's also inspired by Zelda Fitzgerald, who we would like here because that's F. Scott Fitzgerald's wife, and they're from Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
He was reading a biography about her, and that was part of the inspiration of this song. I love the high notes. I love the part I played there with the wahs and this high notes. I get why some people might say, we'll hear Gifford in a second, maybe this isn't their favorite song, and it's not my favorite. But if I want to not like it, I can't. When I listen to it, I love it. And so should Peter Giff go first? Who wants to take it?
Why don't
I'll
I
go
go? Because then
Gifford has the
we
most.
can end.
Okay.
No, we can end on a high note. That's what we want here, right? We want. This just doesn't do anything for me. I don't like the
What did you refer to it as?
The Indian beat. What did I refer
The redheaded
to it as?
stepchild of Eagles songs.
Yes, that's what it is. It's the redheaded stepchild of Eagles songs. No offense to all our Ginger fans out there. Yeah, it just doesn't do anything for me. And I really, it just never grabbed me. And then when we watch the Seinfeld episode and Elaine tries to pick an Eagles song to counteract Desperado. I love Desperado so much.
Well, and I
then
think
for her
they
to
must have
turn-
picked opposite. I mean, it's
Yeah.
such an opposite of Desperado. It's like
Yes.
ridiculously contrasting songs.
Yeah, so that on top of it was like, seriously, Elaine, that's the song you picked
Seriously, Elaine.
is the Which A Woman. Like, come on. I don't know. It's just never grabbed me. I just don't care for it all that
Pete,
much.
you're the only one
I
that had it on
agree
your list,
that-
so make your case.
No couple would pick this as their love song, as their song. Desperado, absolutely 100%. But you wouldn't. But I just think that this is so good. Again, similar to Hotel California, this is, you got to beware of that woman because she is going to get you under her spell. And you will not be able to escape is sort of the theme of this song. And the way that again, the visuals, like the sparks coming in from her fingertips and all, just that whole thing is gives you that eerie kind of a spooky feeling that she's going to mesmerize you, and there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. But I just think it's so good. I love it.
That's good. So we're kind of spread out. Pete loves it. I like it. Giff doesn't like it. That's our controversial song right there.
Yep.
So that was our final song on our list. But we didn't want to end with the one that somebody didn't like. So we flipped around our 13th and 14th, and we're ending with an absolute banger, a party song. And that is Heartache Tonight. Clap along.
Somebody's gonna hurt someone.
Somebody.
The night is through.
Okay, thank you, Giff.
Thank you.
I'm going to need another ear surgery now.
Yeah. Man, I loved that song as a kid. I still do, but
Yeah.
that was one of my big favorite Eagles songs. That one's written by Don Henley, Glenn Fry, and Bob Seger and J.D. Souther.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
a number 1 hit in 1979. It's a clap along, it's a sing along, it's a rock and party song. I think it's got it all. It's a Grammy winner for group performance. And it's a great way to go out because it's going to just make you feel good at the end of the list, at the end of the night.
It is a better grand finale of a song. If we're going to do an Eagles playlist,
There we
I
go.
will grant you this.
There you go.
This is the encore.
Yes.
And because this is one that you could picture them. Okay, they do Witchy Woman. Good night, everybody. And then the crowd.
You can't end on Witchy Woman. Come back.
Yeah.
Boom.
They come, and you can just picture it though. They come back out, and then the whole crowd. This is one the whole crowd would get into, and like they'll shout along with the chorus. They'll be clapping their hands, and it's so much fun. And again, it's appropriate because there are so many songs about heartache and everything like that. So it fits the bill for much of the rest of the songs that we picked out. Yeah, that's about all I got to say about that.
Well, and imagine if they end with Witch A Woman, and then they walk off stage, and everybody's going nuts. That was awesome, great time. Lights go down, and then they come back with the beginning of that song for your encore. Everybody just ramps right back up again. Absolutely wonderful song. It's a banger. We did have a Conway Twitty version of this song that was released in 1983.
Well, my mom should know that one or listen to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So again, crossing over to the countryside with one of the goats of 80s country music.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with Pete. They are a crossover type band as far as style of
for
music.
sure.
I mean, we're not arguing that at all. The hard part for us was thinking of making a draft out of that. It was a little too.
Sometimes,
tricky.
Brad, you got to do a little research, and
I know,
and
which we did. We did research
prepare
for
the
draft.
show. Yes, you do, but it could
The
be
irony
done.
there,
It could be
Giff.
done.
Okay,
I agree,
So
Pete. Sometimes you need to do a little research for a show.
if you'd like to know, I did some scientific number working here, and this is the order of how the songs came out based on how we ranked them on our list when we came together.
Oh, yep.
So, Hotel California and Pretty So Easy Feeling actually tied for number one, but because Hotel California had a number one vote by you, we'll put that at number one.
Okay.
Lion Eyes was third. Heartache Tonight, fourth. Then you had Take It Easy and Life in the Fast Lane. Those were all the ones that we all had.
Mm-hmm.
After that, Desperado was number 7. Tequila Sunrise. Nice that those two go together because we talked about the similarities.
Mm-hmm.
And One of These Nights were the next 3. Seven Bridges Road, New Kid in Town were the next 2. Take It to the Limit, Already Gone, and Bringing Up the Rear, Witch A Woman.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the order that they came out in when you looked at how we ranked them. But as we said, we all love every one of those songs for the most part. And it's hard to rank them. That's why they weren't in any real order because who cares?
It's just a kick-ass playlist.
Like my wife says, why do you always have to rank things?
Because we're dudes and that's what we do. But we've been
Competition.
doing this since 7th hour in high school,
I know.
right? So it's in our blood.
It's true.
So the draft that we did come up with for tonight, which I think was a pretty good idea, it was my idea, but was to, since the Eagles have such great solo artists in the band, and we really grew up with some of them first, and then there were so many members in and out, and a lot of them had solo hits, was to draft non-Eagles songs by Eagles members.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was a member of the Eagles and they weren't in the band when they did it, that's what we're talking about right here. Obviously, it's going to be probably heavy with Don Henley for a lot of us, but there's more than just him to go with here too. So Gifford is going to be first in this draft. I'm second, and Pete is third.
Whew. Well,
Curious to know what you'll start with.
yeah, I am too. Honestly, I'm kind of going back and forth between 3 here. I just think it's such a banger. It gets you going right away, and it's tied to just such a fun movie. I'm going to go Glenn Frey's The Heat Is On.
Okay. That's a big one. The Heat Is On.
It's on the street. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you have it.
Intro's a little slow.
But then it kicks in with that sweet sax.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good start right there, Giff. That's a good start.
Thank you.
Well, I'm actually not going to pick my number one song. I'm going to pick my number two. And because I feel like it's going to follow that up and keep that energy going.
Oh,
and
nice.
I love this song so much. I'm going to Don Henley this time with Dirty Laundry.
Oh,
That was going to be my number one.
Really?
that is just so funky. When the drums come in.
Kick 'em when they're up, kick 'em when they're down. There we go. Okay. I love that song. It's so fun.
Great.
And that was, I think that's his first single too. It was off the album before Building the Perfect Beast. So
I think
he did all right for himself coming right out of the Eagles there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Pete, if I took your song, what's your backup?
Sticking with Don Henley, I'm going to go with All She Wants to Do Is Dance.
Nice. I love the way this is starting. If that's a playlist you're
Mhm.
listening
So
to,
good.
that is a kick-ass fun start. I love that song too. Great pick.
Thank you.
Well, I'm hoping you got my my Walsh song here, because we're gonna keep the funky times going here with Funk 49 when he was with the James Gang.
I gotta be honest, I have never heard of that song, and it did not
Yeah.
come up in my research.
You know this song if you hear it. You would absolutely.
Funk
know this
49 by Joe Walsh.
It's when he was with the James Gang, but he wrote the song.
Huh. Okay, well, I got some research to do afterwards now.
Please
You
listen to
stumped
that
me.
one. That is a banger.
All right, well, I don't necessarily want to take Don Henley again, but my number one overall song was a pretty clear number one. I'm going with The Boys of Summer now. I mean,
Yeah.
that song as a kid and to this day. So I'm doing my top 100 songs right now on our Pop Culture Yearbook
Yep.
socials, and that's the one of these that's in that because it's just long term a banger that I've always loved. And how long does this one take to start?
Dang. That guitar coming in right here. So
There we go.
good. Mhm.
All right. I love the vibe of that one. Just the feel of it and the
Yes.
lyrics are so cool. It's a cool song, is what it is.
This one always made me feel less than when you listen to it, because you're the guy who's left for the boys. Your girl leaves you for the Boys of Summer.
You're not wearing the Ray-Bans?
No, I'm not that cool. I'm not that cool. You guys know this.
Or it's not
Yes.
Ray-Bans. I got that wrong.
What?
What kind of sunglasses? I'm totally drawing a blank.
Oh my
Wayfarers. Your Wayfarers on.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's an awesome song. Love the song. I had it highlighted. It was between that one, Heat Is On, and Funk 49 for me for the number
God,
one
I gotta
overall
hear this
pick.
song. Pete.
It's awesome.
I am going to Gifford. I think this is the one that you and I were talking about before we started recording, where it's a Joe Walsh song, solo version, "In the City."
Oh.
I have it highlighted. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So
It's listed as solo version, which I don't know if that means it was an Eagles song
it
or
was.
and this was a separate.
It almost made my top 10 Eagles songs, actually.
So
No,
does
but it
this
was a
count?
Joel.
Can I?
What I read, it was Joel Walsh's song, and
It's
it was
on.
incorpor-
It's on
it was
the long
incor-
run. It's.
Yep.
I have it on.
It was, but the Eagles then adopted it basically.
That's fine. That's fine then.
Yeah.
If that's what you found.
Okay.
That's what I found, and I have it on my list, Pete. And I have it highlighted
All
on
right.
my list. Is what
There
I
you
would
go.
like to have.
That's 2 out of 3. Yeah, it's a
Good.
great
Yeah,
song because
count.
I know it just as an Eagles song. So,
Mhm.
GIF.
Okay. I'm gonna stick with Joe Walsh, and
Oh,
I'm
my.
gonna go with Rocky Mountain Way.
Okay, that's a good one. I'm glad you didn't pick the one I want.
Well, I've got a few more here.
Yeah, so do I. But Joe
Joe
Walsh,
Walsh.
man, he's really dominating this list so far.
I have the majority of my.
That's a little
songs
bit
are
of a
Walsh.
surprise.
Yeah.
Because to your point, I would have thought it would have been mostly Henley.
Here's Rocky Mountain Way for you.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Oh, and then the piano comes in.
Well, this is going to be my Joe Walsh song.
hmm
Come on. There we go. Life's Been Good. That's a
Just
song I
hits.
knew. That might have been a song I actually knew before I really knew much about the Eagles, too, actually.
I guarantee it is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I've loved that song for most of my life, whenever I heard it somewhere along the way. So let's keep the Joe Walsh going here, I guess. Pete?
I am going to switch it up. Sorry. I'm going to go back to Don Henley.
Oh, no.
There's about 4 songs that I could pick, but I'm going to go with New York Minute.
Oh, that's a good song.
That's a great song.
It's a nice intro. Some good piano going on there.
hmm
GIF.
I do not have a Henley song yet, so I am taking one right now.
Ooh, which
I am
one?
going with The Heart of the Matter.
Okay.
Yep, that's another
That's
great one.
way down my list, but I got it.
Just how the drum builds in the beginning here, and just when the lyrics come on.
Yeah, that's good.
Love it.
All right. I really don't want to keep going Don Henley so much, but it's the best song I got here. And I'm glad nobody picked it yet because I'm taking Sunset Grill.
Oh, yeah.
Another cool song. Just
Mhm.
builds a feeling there as you listen to it.
All
Yeah.
right.
You-
Glenn Fry hasn't been getting a whole lot of love here, has he? So
No.
I'm going to
You know,
go
it's
with,
interesting. He didn't have as many songs as I thought I knew.
Right.
Right.
Me too.
I'm going to go with You Belong to the City.
All right. There. Shoot.
That is his.
Oh.
Not so good.
So good.
80 sax.
Smooth as can be.
And I was surprised on, at least the way I read it on my Apple Music, is that was his number 1 song on there. And The Heat Is On was like number 4, which
Really?
I just assumed The Heat Is On would be the biggest
Yeah.
one by far. But
Well, because it's the
Unless it
crossover
wasn't-
with the movie.
all right, Giff, you got one more pick.
I'm going back to the Joe Walsh well for the 3rd time here.
Uh-oh.
I'm going All Night Long
Oh,
by Joe Walsh.
geez, I don't have that one either.
Really?
I have another Joe Walsh song, but it's not that one.
Yeah, I got another one on here too.
So if I'm looking at my list, my next highest rated one is my other Joe Walsh song. And this is a song that actually came out in 1991 and was played on the Marshall radio. And I had it on a mixtape and made off the radio. And I loved this song. It's just a fun song with cool lyrics. Ordinary Average
Oh.
Guy.
Oh yeah.
So the lyrics to that are just fun because it's really about an ordinary average guy. He likes to go bowling and it's great.
Well, who doesn't?
Pete?
I think I got a good one to finish it off with.
Okay.
It's my Don Henley, The End of the Innocents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we haven't
Mhm.
said that one yet. You know, and that's probably a good way to close out the thing with the end there. And it's a nice little easy listening song at the end.
That's
See what I
a
did there?
Steve Winwood-esque song.
It does sound like Steve Winwood.
Mhm.
It's been a lot of good comments tonight, I feel like.
Yeah. You guys
Oh,
got
this is
any
so
others?
Yeah, I got several others
Oh,
here.
yeah, I got a few.
So Timothy B. Schmidt a song called "So Much in Love," which is kind of a doo-wop song. Which, if you don't remember it, if you listen to it, you'd know it. One I thought maybe Gifford would pick. So currently in the Eagles, replacing Don Henley is Vince Gill.
Vince Gill. Mhm.
And my favorite Vince Gill song is "One More Last Chance." And there's a video of them driving. I mean, because there's a tractor part in that. And that's a fun song.
Give me just
I do have another Joe
one
Walsh song,
last-
"Life of Illusion."
That's
which
the
is-
only other one I had.
Yeah, that's a great song, and I love that one because the Foo Fighters cover that song as like a B-side, and Taylor Hawkins sings it, and it's a fan. Actually, I heard it more often than the Joe Walsh version, but they're both great.
Who covers it?
The Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters. Yes. If you wanted more Glenn Frey, you got Smuggler's Blues.
Oh,
Nobody said
that's
the
right, I
last
didn't
word
have
this
that.
evening, right?
no.
That's the other Don Henley one. Glenn Frey had a song called "Party Town" that I kind of vaguely remember, and it was pretty good when I listened to it. It's okay.
Yep.
He also had a song called "The One You Love," and then Randy Meisner had a song called "Hearts on Fire" that I listened to, and it's okay. If I needed to really dig deep, that was my.
Is that the?
It's not
Song
Hearts
I'm
of. I think that's a different Hearts.
Okay.
This is.
Okay.
You're thinking like a Rocky one or whatever.
A Rocky song. I was like,
No,
okay.
This is a different one. That's Hearts Afire maybe, and this is Hearts on Fire.
okay.
Okay, that's all my list right there. Did you still have any more?
Did
I
you
have no
say
more.
Glenn Fry's? Did you say Glenn Fry's the one you love?
I did.
Okay.
Sorry, I found somebody by Glenn Fry. "Sexy Girl," "True Love," "Part of Me, Part of You." Then Joe Walsh, "Turn to Stone" and "Walk Away."
Hmm.
Timothy B. Schmidt with "Boys Night Out" and "Keep on Trying." Don Felder, "Heavy Metal," and Bernie Leadon, "Train Leaves Here This Morning."
All right. If anything left?
No, I don't. But Brad usually is the one who picks the more obscure things. I'd like to point out that I had 2 songs that I picked that weren't
Yeah,
on your
Weren't
20.
even on my list, so
Yeah. So feeling good about that.
I guess we'll find out how that works out. If they really are obscure, or if I'm just.
Oh, I probably won't do well in the draft, but please listen to that Funk 49 by the James Gang.
Oh,
You
I got
know that song.
I'm going to listen to All Night Long too, because I'm.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is by the title.
Mhm. Not the Lionel Richie version.
Hey Gifford.
All right.
Oh, we need to close the yearbook. Thank you.
Man's
Brad.
month,
We are
man.
closing
Yep.
the yearbook. That was a fun month, and
It was.
what a banger of an episode to finish it with. That
Mhm.
was
Great.
fun.
That was a fun one.
Yeah.
Hey Gifford,
Hey Pete, what?
you know what the greatest non-crossover band of all time is?
Well, it wouldn't be the Wild Feathers because they are an Eagles type band that
Definitely
has
not.
great crossover
You're-
value.
You're damn right.
I would say that it's more than likely, I would say Preacher Row.
You have it. You got it.
Yeah.
All time. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yes, thank you very much, folks. See you next
We
week.
will be back soon again.
Bye.
Bye.
Standing on my own 2 feet. No one's here to comfort me. Sorry for what I have done. Sorry that your song is gone. Something's down singing will be my last. And start to me on my path. I turn it up to you. I'm scared, but there's nothing I can do.